So Coach Prime spoke on CBS about Colorado, HBCUs, Damar Hamlin, and all of those things. And I'm very excited to show you guys the clip. I will be reacting to this video, so let's get to it. What's good, YouTube? MagDog TV back with another video. If you're new here, stopping by for the first time, hit the like, subscribe button, comment. I really appreciate it. Also, click the notification bell. That way, whenever I upload a video, you guys will be aware. So go ahead and hit the notification bell.
Good morning. What's up, Prime?
How you doing, my brother? I'm proud of you, and you're looking good as usual.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it, man. Proud of you, and you're looking good as usual as well. Now, we're familiar with your success as a player. You talk about it often. We have watched you dominate on the football field. But what has made you successful as a coach?
Circling myself with a bunch of other coaches that are really good, that understands relationships, understands these young men, and attracting kids that are smart, tough, fast, disciplined, with character, and not allowing these kids to coach us, but we're implementing those old school principles that you and I grew up on, and you and I adored playing for someone that accelerated those principles. And we just want these kids not to just rely on being a professional football player. We want them to be professionals, period.
Pause the video right here because Coach Prime just said something that can benefit all of us when asked about, of course, we know how great of a football player he was, but how was he able to translate being a player to being a great coach? And his answer was my circle. Having the right people in my circle with similarities that I have that want to elevate, all of those things was what made him who he is today.
Now, as I mentioned, you completely transformed what was going on at Jackson State, and the world was watching. What is it about that program that you will miss now that you have moved on?
The people. We can always say we want to change the culture, but until you change the people, you cannot fathom to change the culture. But I'm going to miss so many of the people that are in that university, that are amongst the city, that were just a blessing to me, my kids, as well as the program. I'm going to truly miss the people. If it wasn't for Jackson State, I wouldn't be here.
Coach Prime left Jackson State. So many people were saying bad things about him. He don't care about the HBCU. He don't do this. He don't do that. But as you see in many interviews, he's always acknowledging Jackson State. He's always saying that if it wasn't for Jackson State, I wouldn't be here today.
Question about Damar Hamlin, who's making a remarkable, incredible recovery. In your position as a coach of young men who hopefully will one day play in the NFL, what's your message to them after they see that video and they see what happened to Damar, and maybe they're feeling a little concerned about themselves when they step out onto the field? What is the message to them?
Well, first of all, hats off, and I'm praying for this young man, his friends, family, loved ones, and anyone that's close to him. I'm not going to say that's part of it, because it's not. That could have happened anywhere on any play, and they could tell you that wasn't even that severe of an impactful hit or collision to prompt that. That was just the timing. What I'm going to do, I'm going to look forward to something that happened through that. He's going to be all right, and I trust God that he is. But do you see how we came together as a country, as a people?
Yes. Yeah.
He wasn't black, he wasn't white, he wasn't Hispanic, he wasn't Asian. He wasn't anything but someone who we cared about. And we all came together as one for that moment in that time, and we're still together. I just want to understand that cohesiveness that brought us together, and let's maintain that. It shouldn't take tragedy for us to come together as a people. And that's what I'm on right now. I want all us to love each other and sing kumbaya, just like you do every morning. You have a collection of people and ethnicity and social climates that you guys give us so much love and just realness and truth every morning. That's why I enjoy watching you. You're a perfect ring. You're a perfect symbol of love.
Very, very, very good question. As a former football player, after seeing what took place with Damar Hamlin, I immediately asked myself, how would my reaction would have been if I was still playing today? Would I still go out there and play? Would there be thoughts in my mind as I'm playing? Of course, by human nature, there would have been thoughts in my mind, but without a doubt, I would still go out there and play football because it's the game that I love. But I love the way Coach Prime thought about the situation from a positive perspective. Think about how we all came together as one. how everybody was praying for this man. And I even said on my social media account that I felt like God used him to show that we can all come together, to show that if we put positive energy out there to the universe, we will get it back 3 and 4 times as much. And that was no question of what I saw with Damar Hamlin. And as you guys see, he has progressed. He's getting better and better. And you guys, if you follow the story, you will see that he was giving back to the kids, you know, being a 6th-round pick, barely getting money.
You ever heard of butterscotch, sir? You talked about all different people, Nate.
Yeah, that's right. We got chocolate, caramel, and butterscotch.
Never heard of that, Coach.
Deion, so I want to get back to Jackson State. Now, you brought attention to not only Jackson State, HBCUs, you talked about the funds, you talked about the attention, you talked about filling up the stadiums, putting butts in seats, selling merch. You shed so much light on what needs to be done at schools like that, yet and still, when you left, you were heavily criticized. How did you feel about that?
It was ignorant. Come on, man. It was ignorant, but you got to understand the people that are criticizing you. I never listen to my critics because my critics have critics. That's one thing. Let's just get that straight. Secondly, you got to understand that there's a group of persons that are not progressive, that don't want it, that ain't trying to go get it, that don't want to work, that don't want us to do it and dominate it, that they're just sitting there idle and pointing fingers. My crowd is those people that are up in the morning watching you guys, getting ready to go to work. That's going to get it. That has 3 or 4 kids that's trying to make ends meet. Those are my people, and they get it. They get elevation. They get getting to something and turning water into wine. They get, we got to go and make it happen. They get that. But those people on the side of the road just point fingers, I don't get that.
Critics have critics. When a person throws dirt on your name, just know that they have somebody that's throwing dirt on their name. And I love that by Coach Prime. You can't allow other people to get the best of you.
I love this. I love my critics have critics. I just want to say something about your wife, Tracy Edmonds, who I know she is spectacular, smart, and gorgeous. And you said in the piece that you love your wife. You need your wife as much as you need toothpaste. And we all need toothpaste. I think that's a great way to put it. Because we all need toothpaste. So shout out to Tracy.
Tracy's a blessing, and trust me, she adds so much to me. Either people add or they subtract or help you multiply or divide. Tracy adds and helps me multiply.
Behind every great man, there's an even greater woman.
Well, Deion, we appreciate you joining us, and I'll make this prediction, even though you are one of the greatest NFL players of all time. I feel like what you did on the field will pale in comparison to what you're going to do as a coach. So
Thank you, and I'm recruiting your son. You do know that, right? Because I said,
okay, you heard it here. Heard it here first.
Right. Gail, you keep on doing what you're doing. Your whole crew, thank you. I love you, and thank you for blessing us every morning. You guys, we wake up. I appreciate all of you.
Final thoughts. That was a great interview. There's always love for Jackson State with Coach Prime and HBCUs. Coach Prime always acknowledged Jackson State in his interviews and let everyone know that if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be where I am as a coach. And a lot of times we have people to help us get to a certain level, and then when we get to that level, we step on their foot. And we always have to acknowledge those people when we have the success. Overall, great interview. If you guys like the video, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel.